let's start talking about this here serum. That was bad. It's here, the review you've all been screaming for. It's here. And I try the lighting in here, absolute joke. I don't know what's going on. I wanted the lighting in here to be as perfect as possible because we're literally talking about like under eye bags today. This is a long time coming. I have been using this morning and night. Oh my God, perfect timing. That was FedEx, babes. I got my Cuisinart knife and I'm gonna show you what I bought that finally came in that is not at all related to this video. You wanna see it? Oh, is it Balenciaga? You guys are gonna think I'm an idiot once you see what this is. It's not a bag, spoiler alert. Look how pretty this packaging is. You're gonna laugh so hard when you see what this is. It's literally a note that says, live, laugh, love. Was that you, Ricky? I love how delightfully random this is gonna become, okay? I have to do this right, because there's only one pull. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You could smell the outrageous amount of money I spent on this stupid item. They overpacked it a little bit. Stuff that doesn't matter. Had to open it a little bit. Okay. When I saw this, I had to have it because I'm stupid, okay? I'm not a very intelligent person. I mean, I am, but you know. This is from the new Cities collection. I'm so dumb and I don't care. Are you ready? Are you ready? She's ceramic. Balenciaga. And it says Seoul. I've never been there, but of all the cities, I wanted a black cup. And of all the cities, that is on my bucket list of places to go, is to go to Seoul in South Korea. And I'm dumb. I don't care. Look at how, like, oh my God. I mean, she's good quality. She's real. Like, it's not plastic. I was honestly kind of scared it was going to be plastic at the end of the day, but I interrupted the regularly scheduled programming for this. I am now going to be able to drink my coffee out of Balenciaga, babes. So back to what I was saying. We're going to talk about Biologique Recherche serum Liposmos. This is great. And so in the middle of all talking about this, I really want to do a mask and stuff, so I'm not just like standing here feeling stupid. So let's do that first, then we'll start talking about product. Before I go in with a mask, I am P50ing, obviously, blah, blah, blah. It's that time of the month, so my skin doesn't look great. So I'm gonna go in with two different masks. Y'all know that I love Vivant, but I've used Vivant like 50 million times on this channel. So today we're gonna do Biomagic where I need it and VIPO2 where I need it. And we're gonna do a little bit of a multi-mask cocktail situation. When I'm feeling kind of normal, but still a slight problematic vibe, I reach for Biomagic. When I am really going through it and like want to throw a temper tantrum and cry, that's when I go for Vivant. And I only focus Biomagic in the places that I tend to have very large pores or I'm more oily and more acneic. And then you'll see where I put VIPO2. I should have said this already, but this is better for kind of like pores and acne a little bit, oily skin, and then VIPO2 is more about oxygenating, and to me it provides a little bit more moisture and it's safe under the eyes. So I put VIPO2 on my forehead. I don't really tend to break out along my forehead, and then I focus it under and kind of around my eyes. It's like a breath of fresh air. And honestly, Biomagic kind of feels similar. It's just not as fresh. But y'all know me. I love the way these masks feel. And these two are very easy to remove, whereas Vivant is a little bit of a bitch to remove. I try to do that before I'm gonna get in a shower. So that's my cocktail of the day. So what is it? Obviously, this is Biologique Recherche, and this is Liposmos. This is an anti-puffiness serum that is supposed to address all sources of puffiness that you might face in your eyes. So I'm reading off my notes, that's why I'm looking down. So it's an anti-tiredness serum, and it focuses on puffiness, but it addresses water puffiness that might be from an excess of sodium, fatty bags, so like the fat that you have in your eyes, you lose it over time as you age, and then sagging a little bit in this whole area. So it's basically just a anti-puffiness serum, but it can also like slightly lift. We're not going to get surgical results, guys. Let's manage our expectations. But that's kind of like the gist of what the serum is. And there are also 3 different main ingredients or active ingredients that do those actions for you. So before we get into kind of like a breakdown of the ingredients and the deep dive that I usually do on my like one product focus videos, I am going to be showing before, during, and after photos of this whole process. And you guys know that I am not professional. I shoot on an iPhone in my shitty little small bathroom with horrible lighting. I have a ring light and I have glam core lights. I don't have a professional setup. So the lighting in these photos are not all going to be the same, and I apologize for that, but not really, because that's what we're working with. So the first before photo that I took was in a hotel, so can't mimic that light. So this was what my before looked like. I was very interested in this serum for a couple of different reasons. I don't think that I have remarkably dark under eyes. I do have a purple undertone under the corner of my eye here. The only way that's 100% gonna go away is if I got like filler or something. And that's just not gonna happen, babes. I don't like needles. I mean, when the time comes for Botox and all that jazz, I will. But for the time being, I am trying to tackle whatever I have the power over to help with skincare. So as you can see, I have hooded lids. So I was hoping to see maybe if I could get just a little bit of a lift or something in this area right here. I have fat in my upper eyelid. The only thing that would ever fix my hooded eyelid situation is a blepharoplasty. I definitely think I'm gonna get one down the road, but not anytime soon. So that is why I was interested in Liposmos. And of course, y'all know if you watched my video way months back, this was gifted to me by the brand. Thank you so much. Y'all know how I feel about this brand. So in the middle of me talking about all this, those photos will flash up. It is all kinds of different lighting, but I wanted to say it before some troll try to call me out on something that's not really worth calling me out on. So let's talk about the ingredients, and in the middle of all of it, I'll have like some photos flashing up and all that jazz. So there are, obviously I already talked about the benefits of this, but there's a couple more that I didn't mention. So this is supposed to moisturize the eyes. It is supposed to strengthen the skin of the eye area. It is supposed to obviously reduce puffiness and firm your eyelids. And it is also supposed to reduce congestion that might attribute to the puffiness. So let's talk about the main active ingredients that make this serum so special. So the first extract, of course, it's a plant extract. Biologique Recherche is known for being botanical based and science a little bit. So the first ingredient is Rance red seaweed extract. This is the active that's supposed to help with the water bags and the puffiness that you might get from, like, say, sodium. You eat a little too much sodium, you bloat a little bit. I couldn't really find a lot of information about the specific seaweed extract Rance, but algae and seaweed extract is a plant active that's used in quite a lot of skincare. I'm just wondering if the Rance part of it is something that is like specific to Biologique Recherche. Maybe they own it. Maybe that's like only available to them, because in my research I just couldn't really find much about it. But as we know, I've talked about seaweed extracts before, and I can pretty much assume that this is what's going to help to soothe and reduce like the puffiness, because it's supposed to help with sensitivity. In other seaweed extracts that are used in skincare, that's usually what it's there for. So that's the extract that's supposed to help with like the puffiness due to overproduction of water. The next active ingredient is, let's see if I can say this, lipolytic tetrapeptide. I don't know if that first word was pronounced correctly, but this is a peptide. Peptides are often present in eye creams, eye serums. Peptides, whenever I first learned about them, I was working at Ulta, and the educator was like, remember, peptides pep you up. So They're often paired with like caffeine and eye creams because they do help your skin just look a little bit more lifted and snatched. So this is supposed to be the ingredient that helps with the fatty bags in your eyes. So maybe you have the type of under eye bags that look like a little pocket of fat. That is what this would help, reduce the puffiness in. I'm very fortunate that I do not have fat bags underneath my eyes. It's just the darkness and the purple undertone. I have the fat above the eye, which is why I have hooded lids. And the last active ingredient that they talk about is the most interesting in my opinion. It is cassava extract. The information online that they have about cassava extract is that it's, in this specific product, it's supposed to help with the cutaneous sagging. Basically, cutaneous sagging is the sagging that you just can't prevent. As we age, collagen, fat, it is reduced. Usually in the eyes, you see it the fastest because that is the thinnest skin on your face. So cassava extract is there to help combat that. Among those benefits, cassava has a lot of other benefits that I did not know about. This is why I love doing research on the side. I learned so much. So there's a couple of things that cassava can help with, not just in the eye area, but in general. It can help soothen and brighten your entire complexion, not just in the eye area. It's very hydrating. So there's often like extracts that you can use and like other products that'll keep your skin moisturized. And then finally, it is supposed to help remove scars and spots. And I couldn't really find that much information on what about cassava, like specifically like what the chemical compound of it is. The only thing I could really glean from the internet is that the sugars within cassava are where all these benefits come from. I'm not a scientist. All I can really do is Google, babes. And that's good enough for me. I love researching product and knowing why it's good for me, but at the end of the day, if it works, it works. So here are some photos. Let's talk about my thoughts, how long I've been using this, blah, blah, blah. So I have been using Liposmos pretty much twice a day above and below my eye since October or something like that. And I've been using it alone. I have mixed it with other eye creams and other moisturizers, and it has played well with everything so far. My first impression of this was that I think it's very user-friendly. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn. I could wear it under makeup. I could pair it with moisturizers that are a little problematic when it comes to like pilling. It was just one of those products that really like gave me no issue. And that was in the very beginning when I really didn't know if it worked or not, right? So obviously you want to make sure that when you're using something, it doesn't burn or something. And it doesn't. I got it in my eye multiple times and nothing really happened. So if you're very sensitive, I think this is going to be super safe for you, because I did not have any negative side effects, burning, stinging, anything like that. So it is very, very user-friendly. And as for the results, I personally think that the darkness under my eyes, it has improved in the last couple of months. But take that with a grain of salt, because you really can't make that just completely go away. I have a couple of pictures, obviously, that you see here. There was one that I really felt like I noticed the biggest difference that I put on Instagram. This was a photo with no filter, completely natural golden hour light, which obviously makes everybody look good. But in this time, in this photo, there was just no darkness, no under eye bags. There are a lot of things that are going to attribute to that. I had a great night of sleep that night. I was peppy. I had a lot of energy. But a day like today, obviously you can't see it, and I'll show you whenever I rinse all this off. A day like today where I didn't have a great night of sleep, you are going to look a little darker under your eyes. This isn't the type of product that's just going to make you look like you have airbrushed under eyes and eye bag, whatever. What I think I saw the biggest differences is I feel like the darkness has shrunken to closer to the inner corner of my eye. From the first photo to the last photo that I took, I feel like the darkness was a little bit more widespread. And take this with a grain of salt. Again, I've only been using this for like really a couple of months. I intend to go through this entire bottle. I think I've used a little, like maybe a third of it so far. And once I've gotten to the very, very end of the bottle, maybe I'll do another recap along with some other products. But I'm just trying to be as transparent as possible and make you understand that the grand scheme of things, it's really not that much time that has passed since I've been using it. But I personally feel like I do notice a difference. When it comes to the puffiness above my eyes, I really don't think that I personally am someone who's gonna see a lot of results when it comes to that, because I don't really have a lot of lid space under the crease. I do not have prominent, whatever it's called, I'm not a freaking doctor, I don't freaking know. The space over your eyeball when your eyes are open, for me, is like a millimeter amount of space. So when you look at me head on, you don't see my eyelid. I would be interested to see how this works for someone who has large eyes. For me, this is never gonna go anywhere until I get it surgically removed. My dad and my grandpa on the same side of the family have both had blepharoplasties paid for by insurance because the sagging of the skin got so severe that they were seeing skin when they would wake up in the morning. I hope to have that remedied before I get that bad, but if insurance will pay for it, I'm gonna let them. So that being said, I feel like for me personally, the darkness and under my eye and the overall brightness of my eye are the two things that I personally think are gonna be what I'm gonna see the results in the most over time. By the time I've completely used up the bottle, I personally do see a difference. I feel that I have more days with more bright eyes than days with dark under eyes. And I know that you can get your tear troughs filled and all that jazz and the under eye, whatever. I'm just not really interested in that right now. But you tell me, look at the photos. In your opinion, do you see a difference? I don't know. I personally do. Because I've used eye products for so long and have always been sort of disappointed in them, the slightest improvement I'm gonna pick up on and talk about it, because this is a very difficult area of the face to make product for. And I feel like they did a good job. It's not gonna be life-changing. And I know that you guys know that Oligo is something that they used to recommend for the eye area, and I do sometimes still reach for it. I no longer put this on my face. You guys know it's a little too active for me. I did hear that it's going to be reformulated, or if it already has. But anyway, those are the two options from this brand that I've ever used. I've never purchased an eye cream from Biologique, so I can't really speak on how good or bad their eye products are. I've tried samples, but I'm an eye serum girl anyway. I am fine with putting this above and below my eye every day and then putting my face moisturizer on top of it. I feel like this does provide a little bit of hydration, not really that much. If you're more comfortable pairing it with an eye cream, do it. I don't care. But if you really want to just see the results on its own, you're just gonna have to try it for yourself. But that being said, overall, I think you understand. I do really like this. I keep reaching for it. There's not a day that goes by where I just don't find myself reaching for it. And that, in my opinion, is what the telltale truth is if I like something. Because in front of me right now is my whole skincare shelf, and I have a ton of stuff to pick from every day. So if I consistently want to reach for it, that means it's good. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse this off and we can, talk more. In my next video, I'm definitely gonna drink from this and make a fool out of myself. You know what? After buying this, I feel like it feels like something an influencer that's like out of touch with reality, something that they would buy. And I bought it. So what does that say about me? Okay, I'm a little red from the rubbing. You already know. After I do a mask, I always spritz my face just to get it a little bit more damp again. I am gonna show you, I was gonna say, I'm gonna show you how to use this. If you don't know how to use this, you know what I mean? I just put a drop on my finger and I rub above and below. Sometimes I put it on my middle finger. Sometimes I put it on my ring finger. Guess what? Does it matter? Not really. You can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, this is how I do. Honestly, I am testing a lot of product right now. The two main products for moisturizer that I'm testing is the Augustinus Bader Rich Cream. This is the rich version, not the light version. And the new Philosophy Hope in a Jar Water Cream. This is so pretty. It is so glowy. It's a water cream. It is a gel kind of a texture. It's got like a cooling effect. It's really nice. It is slightly scented if that bothers you. That's your problem. It doesn't bother me. The actives in this, of course, are the TFC8, which is what Augustinus Bader is known for. It's supposedly supposed to heal burn victims. This is slightly exfoliating with pineapple extract, and it's like, and I believe they both have hyaluronic acid. This is more for nighttime. This is more for daytime. I like them both. I'm in a spot where I'm like trying to figure out, you know, my final thoughts. This is very expensive. This is very accessible and not expensive. I paid for this. I did not pay for that. I work for the company that owns this, so say what you will. But as always, if I don't like it, I don't talk about it. If I were to go with something that I am used to and I am familiar with, I have Creme ADN Metamorphique. I'm still working on whether I love or hate this because y'all scared me that it was gonna give me acne or something. And then Creme Elastine. This and Liposmos can kind of go hand in hand because this is like a little bit more for, you know, lines, wrinkles, whatever. I like this. It's just, I like it. I love the way it feels. I just don't necessarily have a lot of lines and wrinkles for this to like help with. Metamorphique is for firming and facial oval cream. Did we ever figure out what oval means? And it's a different texture. This is a yeasty beige cream. This is a white, more whipped consistency cream of theirs. This feels a little bit more oily. It has a little bit of a film when you're finished with it. This feels a little bit more slick. It's a different texture situation. So from the 4 of these products, I'm feeling, I don't know, I think I want to be glowy. So I'll show you how glowy this is. It's like, I feel like everybody, they already know about this, you know? But if you want me to do a complete review on the Augustinus Bader Rich Cream, I will. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's very like whipped kind of looking, and it just melts right into the skin. It reminds me of like a lot of other water creams. I think what I like about it is that it's so thin. Like it doesn't feel heavy at all, but it's very, very moisturizing. I'm oily, so I could probably use a water cream at night. If you are a little bit more dry, I would use it during the daytime or go for something a little thicker at nighttime. But it's just really glowy and it's really pretty. I love it. This is also clean, vegan, sustainable packaging. I feel like everything is now. So that was the moisturizer, and I am going to go in with a finishing serum. Did you watch Kiernan Shipka's Get Ready With Me? She's a Balenciaga Recherche girl. Love it. So she used Silk Plus, so I'm going to use Silk Plus. And this is a velvet elixir. It just makes your skin look really smooth. Smells like burnt toast. Okay, so this is my face, y'all. My under eyes, to me, look as good as they ever look. I do, like I said, I do feel like it has reduced the darkness from starting more in the middle to now it mostly just being on the inside. I am going to continue using this until it's empty, and when it's empty, I'll do a final review and I'll take another photo and I'll you know, compare all the photos. But I feel that for it just being a serum, it is definitely making a difference. So I am going to continue using it, and I do recommend it. I always try to manage my expectations when it comes with eyes because they are the least favorite thing about my face. Not saying that I don't like anything. It's just, you know, everyone's got like a thing. My eyes annoy me. They annoy me. And I do not want to do a fox eye lift. That's weird. Not for me. The only thing I would ever get would be a blepharoplasty. So until I get the injections under my eyes and a blepharoplasty, I will continue using my Liposmos. And I think it's doing a great job. It's also beautiful. Like, look at this color. I love it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed as per usual. Am I glowing? Am I bright? Do you think that you would try this? Do you think it looks interesting? How do you feel? Leave a comment below and tell me you love me because I need to hear it today. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.